Coming up on the second part of Team RTV's Huntsman series, we're with Keith Watson of K&A Services. He's recruited with the help of our very own Ian Harford to set up his high seats and feeders ready for deer hunting. Keith Watson is an avid deer stalker with years of experience, which has led him to create some bespoke products for the hunting community. Previously, we've seen Keith take us through the process of how he builds his high seat. From cutting the metal to welding the pieces together, he creates everything for himself.
Hi, I'm Keith Watson from K&A Services. In this particular video, what I'm going to make is a game feed bin, which can be used really for deer, pheasants. You'd have to alter it to use it for partridge. You have to make it a little bit lower. But basically, a standard game feed. I've got 3 more pieces of metal to cut, so I'll just get on. Right, that's the pieces cut. I've just got to drill through these few bars here, which basically are going to form 3 legs, weld them together and then mark the bin up and drill the holes, so I'll just carry on. They're all cut, they're all drilled, so I'll just weld them together. And it's easier for me to actually explain what they are really when they're welded rather than be separate pieces. So we'll get on and do this and then move on to the bin itself. Right. The legs are welded up. All I need to do now really is put the holes into the bin and put the feed pan on the bottom. So. Right, them are the 3 main components to the feed pan that fits underneath the bin. It is probably the strongest feeder on the market, unbreakable by any British wildlife. Right, I'm just going to bend this bit of plate now and then tack it all together. That's it all tacked up. I'll just join the other 2 components to it now and the feed pan's finished. That looks familiar to anybody. Anybody who's purchased the scent shoes that I fabricate, it's because it's the same template. So we'll just get on and weld them together. Very hot, but that's the feed pan complete. This end bolt to the feed bin, corn, whatever it is you put in it, drops down, falls onto the plate. Wild boar proof, nothing can break them. Right, as you can see, that's the feed been finished. The only thing I've got to do, obviously the legs and the feed pan will have to come back off because they've got to get sent off to the galvanisers. Once I get them back, it's sent to you, you bolt it together and that's it. So really that is finished now. So I've got another 7 to do.
Tonight, we'll get to see just how quick and easy they are to assemble. The high seats and feeders fit easily into the Huntsman, ready to be transported to the new home. The Isuzu D-Max Huntsman has been a valuable member of the team over the last few months, and we've taken it all across Europe. However, today it's a short drive across the UK.
On the previous episode you saw me fabricating some high seats and feed bins. Today we're out on location. Basically what I've got to try and do is find locations for all the seats and explain some of the reasons why, safety being of paramount importance where you actually locate the seat, and deer traffic actually being secondary. You'll be able to see how easy the high seats are to put together and erect into position. All the seats are loaded into the truck, so we'll get off and find some locations where to put them.
With the help of Ian, Keith maps out where the best places would be to place the high seats and feeders. As multiple high seats are to be erected around the estate for use by a number of hunters, safety is imperative to the positioning of them. Once the locations have been marked, Keith and Ian set out to the different locations and find a suitable tree to erect the high seat on. Keith's purpose-built high seats and feeders are fantastic tools for use in any deer stalker's arsenal. Practical in design and use, Keith's high seats can be broken down for easy transportation and can be assembled and erected in approximately 10 minutes. The deer feeder attracts the local game, allowing for easier deer management as well as helping the deer feed in the winter months. Strong and hardy, these products will last a lifetime.
Right, here we are. I've decided on this location for the first seat. The reason being, you've got three avenues of view. There's one in front of me, one to my left, one just behind me to my extreme left. There is another avenue up there really, so you get 4 ways of viewing, but the main one is down there. When the ride's been mowed out, it'll be absolutely fantastic. So this is the tree it's going to go up. I've already cleared the area as I do. The seats can be put together on your own, but today I've got a very special assistant on a work training programme. So I'll introduce to him, and here's Ian. The key things that I look for really when I'm trying to locate an high seat, the main one is a good tree to put it against. The other one would be the easiness of you actually getting into the seat first thing in the morning, i.e. sometimes when it's still dark. And the most important one would be the safety aspect of the shooting, because although you can put an high seat against the tree, it doesn't mean the shot that you can take can be safe. It still needs a backstop. So on this type of ground, you can see it all falls away and it all rises up. So I've got backstops in every angle of being able to take a shot, and there's a lot of deer traffic in the area. So now I'll take you through the process of me building the seat step by step. Right, I need that piece there, Ian, please. Right, basically you start with the top ladder and the seat base, and locate them into the 2 lugs and push them out. And just put a little bit of tension on the bolt, and a little bit of tension is all you've got to have. It is purely a pinch bolt, and at the present moment in time it's just to hold things in place. The next procedure is to get the back of the seat, a couple of washers, and if you locate the bolt hole at the top, they only need to be loose at the moment, so they can stay really loose at the moment. The next 2 pieces are the ladder braces. Let's go onto the lugs on the ladder, and then 2 bolts pass through. They pass through the entire thing, so they go through the lug, through the back and through the base. Once you've got them into position, you can then lock the bolts and lock them up relatively solid And then turn your attentions to the bottom of the lug, which is on the bottom of this brace. Just put a little bit of tension so you've pulled the ladder into it. Just lock them two off and then pinch up the ones on the ladder, the top ladder properly. The seat then can be rolled onto its back. Two little pinch belts, one on each side. If you just undo those, you then need those two bits which fit onto the lugs. And those two bits, one on each side. The last piece on the head of the seat is the front of the rifle rest. And then there's a little bit of a manoeuvre just to roll the seat over. Push it together until you hear it click, which is the two metal structures of the ladder touching. Lock the pins. We just roll him completely over there. And the last piece is the footrest. And that's him really. The fun starts now a little bit. And position the ladder roughly 3 foot from the base of the tree. And I'll get my real good looking assistant to put his feet on that ladder. You just pin him there in a minute. And the other thing to take into consideration is the angle of the rifle rest, which a lot of people do get wrong. You want it level. So, i.e., if it's tilting back, it's wrong. If it's tilting forward, it's wrong. You want it as level as you can get it. What you hold the high seat back to the tree is, realistically in life, is your choice. Mine is to do it with a ratchet strap. That's the minimum of 3 ton. This particular one's 5 ton. They last a lifetime, so they're a very good investment. Whoop. Well, there you go. The seats are erected and put up. I can do it in under 10 minutes, but unfortunately my assistants held me back slightly. But once they're up, the best thing you can do with the high seat is put it up, leave it alone for a week or two, come back to it, and you'll find sometimes that if you've had a windy night, the tree will move and it pulls it. So slacken it off, and once a year, at least once a year, undo the strap. Preferably move the seat to another tree, because you am strangling the tree and you can do some damage. So slacken it off or move it is the best advice I could give you. So now this is one of my feed bins. I'm just going to put the legs to it, put the feed pan on it, and then I'll put it out in position and explain the reasons why. This is one of the legs. It just bolts straight to the bin, to the 2 holes that are pre-drilled. It's the same procedure for every leg. All the legs have been bolted on. The final thing to bolt on is the feed pan really. So you've got the nuts, you want the spanner. There you go, that's the feed bin done. Basically the principle just works on gravity. You fill it full of corn or whatever you wish to use. The corn will fall through the slot and onto the feed pan, and the wildlife eat it, whether it be pheasants, deer, squirrels, anything that comes to it will eat it.
Once all of the products are in place, Keith and Ian head back to the Huntsman to complete their day of building. To find out more about the ISUZ Huntsman, visit isuzuoutdoorlife.co.uk. To find out more about Keith's amazing range of hunting products, visit keithshighseats.co.uk.